Alrighty guys, so let's go ahead and jump into today's makeup look. So I am going to be using our Ace Beauty Nostalgia palette. I just got this in my Boxy Charm for February, so if you haven't seen that video yet, I'm gonna link that down below, but sis, you should have already seen it. I don't know what you're doing. But this is the palette that we're gonna be using today. So first I'm gonna go ahead and use my P. Louise eye base. I'm gonna just use this concealer brush to go ahead and pack some of this P. Louise eye base on my eyelid. And if you don't have P. Louise eye base, that is okay. You can go ahead and use any type of concealer that you have, any eyeshadow primer that you might have. I really like this one because the color of it, it's white, so it just makes all the other colors that I'm gonna put on top just stand out a little bit more. Alrighty, so we're gonna go into the Nostalgia palette by Ace Beauty. And to kick off this look, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use Beach. I'm gonna just blend this all over my crease, all over the top half of my lid. This is gonna help us blend all of our colors on top and just pretty much kick off our eyeshadow look. So you don't wanna go too crazy with this. You just kind of wanna do a nice light wash of color. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start off by taking Water Slide, which is this yellow shade here. And I'm going to place this all on the upper half of our crease. So it's going to be in our crease, but also on top. And I'm just gonna go ahead and build this up. And this is going to be what the entire look is going to fade into. I want the end of this look to be yellow. So we're just gonna keep building this to our likings. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and take a Theme Park here, and I'm going to work this right in our crease, a little bit higher than our crease, but this is where we're gonna start out. And we're just gonna blend this into that yellow. I felt like this palette was so full of colors and just so bright that I had to do something crazy. So right now, I don't know where I'm going with this. I wrote down an idea and we're trying it out, so I hope it turns out cute, but we're really about to do something bold today. This brush that I'm using right now isn't necessarily a blending brush. It does blend. It's not softening the edges right now, so I will go back with the last brush that I was using to blend out the edges of this and kind of taper it into the yellow, but this is just getting all the pigment in there, building it up, so that way we really have a nice green color going on. Back with that first brush, we're gonna go ahead and we're just going to blend these edges. And if need be, go ahead and dip back into Water Slide and bring that yellow back. But right now we just want to get those edges blended out nicely. So I do want this outer corner to be green, so when we go ahead and taper and add in our other colors, we just want this green to be laid down first, because that is where we want to start out at. And I did add some Water Slide to this brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and continue blending out those edges. All right, so next I'm gonna take Raspberry on a pretty fine tip brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and just place this right in this outer crease. And then I'm gonna just blend this in with that green. So I'm gonna just place that in there. And with a shading brush, I'm gonna go ahead and just blend this into that outer corner. This is gonna give it that depth. This is gonna make it look deeper right there. This eyeshadow palette doesn't have a black in it, which I would probably prefer to use, but I don't wanna pull out no other colors, so I'm gonna just use the purple and I'm gonna just deepen it up with that. Essentially what I'm doing is just taking this brush and just kind of going back and forth and moving the product a little bit outwards, but not too far out because I don't want it to go into my outer crease. I just want it to blend with all of the other eyeshadows. Just like that. Not too crazy, not too dramatic. But honestly, you guys, I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but we're gonna keep it going. All right, so we're getting ready to cut the crease. So I'm taking my P. Louise eye base and I'm taking that same brush that I laid it down with, and I am going to cut my crease. Now, I'm going to cut the inner crease. I'm not gonna do the entire eyelid. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to stamp on a little bit, and then I'm gonna look up and just look regular, Shit, no, oh my gosh, that is not what I meant to do. Wipe that off, wipe that off. I'm gonna start at the inner corner and I'm gonna go up. And I'm gonna lean my head back a little bit because I don't want any creases in my eye while I'm doing this part. And I am going to go halfway. So where we were starting to darken the outer crease is where I'm gonna stop. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just place the brush on and just pack it on there. I'm not necessarily going to drag it on there because I don't really wanna move everything that we laid down. But pack it on there, sis, pack it on there, pack it on. Okay, and then keeping your head back, If you guys see my nose ring, it's my nose ring. I don't got no boogers. And I'm going to take the color Stargazing. And I'm going to just pick that up. And I'm going to place this all on top of that P. Louise eye base. I kind of probably should have did this with my finger. Okay, actually I'm going to try it with my finger. So I'm going to pick up some Stargazing. And I'm going to, with my finger, yeah, that is way better with the finger. So with the finger, I'm gonna place Stargazing all over the P. Louise eye base. Okay, so now that you have Stargazing on, it kind of looks a little crazy. Doesn't look like, you know, it was meant to go there, but we're not done yet. I'm gonna go back with that brush that I was using to lay the green down. And I'm just going to add that right on top of that Stargazing that kind of transferred a little bit. And I'm just going to deepen that back up. And I am still going and following the entire crease like we did when we first laid the color down. And I'm gonna go back in with that yellow shade and just blend out the edges of that green that we just laid back. I feel like with any type of look like this, you're definitely gonna have to blend a lot, which is like pretty much the key to any type of makeup look is blending. So here, you're just going to go ahead and just keep, you know, building it up and blending it out, building it up and blending it out. That is literally the key to a nice makeup look. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of that purple shade back into that crease, just because a little bit of Stargazing did get on top of that, which is okay. Again, we're just gonna go ahead and build it back up and blend it back out. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use my K-liner to create a wing for this look. Now you can do a simple wing, you can do a dramatic wing. I actually am gonna go for a dramatic wing today. I'm gonna try to do a dramatic wing. You guys know when you do your eyeliner and like one of them looks a little bit different, and so you're like, let me take this one up or let me try to bring this one down. I'm having that moment, but I'm gonna leave it because I think they look the same. I think my eyes are just trying to make me like think that they're not. They look the same. They look the same. Okay, all right. So it's gonna take me a moment to put on some lashes. So I'm gonna go ahead, pop off camera and do that, and then we'll be back to go ahead and start on our face. And these are the Lily lashes in the style It's Lit. This is probably my last time wearing these lashes because I've worn them way too many times. I cleaned them, but I've worn them way too many times, and I just think that it's time to retire them. But there's some really bomb lashes, so I definitely will recommend them, and I probably will buy some more Lily lashes. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into our skin. So today I'm gonna be using my Yves Saint Laurent Touche Éclat Blur Primer. So for foundation today, I'm gonna be using my Fenty Beauty Soft Matte in the shade 385. And this foundation, one of my favorites, all-time favorites. And I would just say to just make sure your skin is properly prepped and use a really good moisturizing primer before you use this foundation, and it'll be nice on you even if you have dry skin, because I have dry skin. But this stuff is bomb. I'm gonna use the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Toffee, but I'm gonna also add in my medium tan golden Tarte Shape Tape. And the reason I'm mixing these is because the Toffee color is just like perfect, and I just want a little bit of brightness to this look, so I'm just adding a little bit of the Shape Tape because it's a little too bright for me. So this will give us a nice happy medium. And if you messed up at all with doing your eyeshadow or maybe creating your wing, you can use the concealer to clean up that excess eyeshadow color that we have, you know, going right here. We're gonna just take the extra concealer and we're gonna just clean that up. Nobody will ever know. Like, how are they gonna know? Who's gonna tell them? No one's gonna know. So next I'm gonna take my Laura Mercier setting powder, and with my beauty blender, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna just take a little bit. I'm not gonna take too much. I'm actually gonna dab it off on the back of my hand and just kind of blend it out there. And I'm going to press underneath my eyes first, and I like to really press it in because I don't want flashback, and this is my personal way of making sure that there is no flashback by pressing it in first. I'm gonna take a little bit more powder. I'm gonna go into my smile lines, and here I'm gonna press it first again, but then I'm also going to leave some powder there because I do not want the smile lines to come back. So I'm going to just kind of somewhat bake in this area right here. And then I'm gonna go underneath where my contour is gonna go. Set that. Kind of leave that powder there because again, we do want that, you know, pop of contour to happen. All right. And then we're gonna move on to our contour. So we're gonna use our Juvia's Place foundation stick, and this is in the shade Cameroon. And I'm going to use this to contour my face. Well, let's do our nose with the stick contour. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend this all out. I'm gonna use a brush first, and then I'm gonna go everything with a beauty blender. You wanna try not to get the contour on the powder, but if you do, it's okay, but just like try not to if you can. Just dust off the rest of this powder. So with a fluffy brush, I'm gonna take my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish and I'm gonna set my entire face, going over all areas, even the areas that we did the Laura Mercier. I feel like this will help make sure that it's no flashback. So this is just my personal way of doing it. You don't have to go over those areas, but I personally think you should, because you don't want a flashback now, do you? So taking my Mocha Mami Fenty Beauty bronzer, I'm gonna go ahead and go over all those areas that I did with my contour, and this is just going to be the powder set for it and giving it just a little more coverage, but not too much. And then with that same fluffy brush that we set our face, we're just gonna go ahead and just blend everything together. I'm gonna use my Laura Mercier blush in the shade Peach, and I'm going to pop this right on my cheeks. We're gonna go ahead and jump back into our eyes, and we're gonna smoke out our bottom lash line. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and use Vacation for my bottom lash line, and I'm also gonna add a little bit of Popsicle just to kind of help blend that out so it's not super harsh and orange. First with Vacation, and then with a little Popsicle, I'm just gonna go underneath and just kind of soften that a little bit more. That is so cute, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna take my MAC's All Day Hydrating Fix Plus spray, and I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. Ooh. Oh shit, this is coming out a lot. Whoa. Whoa, it's like spitting on me. Oh, I don't like this. But it didn't spit evenly, so I need to add more. Gosh. Oh my gosh. That is not what I recall Fix Plus to be like. Is mine broken? Oh, maybe I didn't go all the way. Oh, it got in my mouth. For highlight today, I'm going to be using the Juvia's Place Nefertiti Loose Highlighting Powder, and I'm going to just use some from the top. Oh my gosh, my grandma's calling me. Nanny, I can't answer right now, girl. Don't film it. I'm gonna call you back, Nanny. I'll call you back, I promise. So I'm gonna just add a little bit to the high points of my cheeks. Some down my nose. I think I want to put some on the inner corner. On the inner corner of my eyes. Alrighty guys, so we're almost done with this look. We just need to go ahead and finish out our lips. So for the lips, I'm actually gonna go ahead and use my new lip liner, and this is the one by St. Lux, and this one is in the shade Secret Admirer. So I'm gonna just use this. Oh damn. Y'all remember my unboxing video? I never sharpened it. So let me go ahead and sharpen it first. Oh my gosh, I sharpened it too much. Oh my goodness. Okay, well I just hope it don't break on me. But I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips with this. Honestly, you guys, that lip liner is pretty dry. Like, I feel like the formula and like the type of style that it is, it shouldn't be, but it is. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use my Juvia's Place In Vogue lipstick. I need to add a gloss. So I'm gonna use my Persona gloss, and this one is in the shade Honey. Ooh, yeah. Oh, Yep, yep. There she is. There she is. There she is. Yes. 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 Girl, yes. Girl, yes. Alrighty guys, and here is the finished look. What do you guys think about this look? I think this came out really cute. To be completely honest, I had no real direction of where I was going with this entire look. Like I said, I did write down some of the colors that I wanted to use from this palette, but I was like, you know, I just don't know how I was going to utilize them. And this palette was super, super good. Like, there's so many different ways that you could have went with this palette. This is one way that you can go, but I would highly recommend this palette because just for one, the eyeshadow colors are really, really pigmented. Like, it was super easy to really, you know, get this really bold look. I don't even think that you have to use the P. Louise eye base to achieve this, but it did help. I want to know what you guys think about this eyeshadow palette. Do you guys like this palette? Do you guys like this makeup look? Is this something that you would try? I mean, I don't know where I would wear this to, but I think this is super cute, and I just feel like it's not, I don't know, maybe it's the skin and everything else that's just like super flawless and super beats us to the point where I feel like, you know, if I did wear this, like, you know, go to the grocery store or something, I wouldn't be like crazy, would I? Like, you know, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this video down below in the comments section. If you guys haven't, please make sure to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I will link all of those down below so that way you can easily click and follow. If you haven't, please hit that subscribe button. I do post every Tuesday and Friday, but if you can't remember that, it's okay. Hit that notification bell and you'll get notified every time I do post a video. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, honestly, I really hope you enjoyed this because I feel like this was like a really fun look. And now it's time for me to take some pictures, so I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.